Last unit we read a couple of articles on freedom, right? This unit we will be reading quite a few articles on equality. Okay, now to begin with, as you can see, I have put up 4 posters, okay, on 4 corners of this room. What we are going to do is we are going to do a gallery walk. You all know because you all have done it before. Okay, you are going to move around the class. You are going to have a good look at each of the posters and then decide which poster resonates the best with you. Okay, which poster do you connect the most with? These are all symbolic of different types of equalities. After you have chosen your poster, you will take a minute to write down why did you choose that particular poster. Make sure, okay, that since we are talking about equality, in this class you practice equality, which means that you make sure that everyone gets equal chance to talk. Okay, who can take the responsibility of ensuring this? Okay, Alia, thank you. Now we'll hear it from each one, at least one student who, from each group, okay, as to why they've chosen, they have to give their justification.
Picture is showing the equality against justice and of justice, and this challenge is showing that we should not discriminate on basis of caste, gender, and no fight against caste, gender. Should treat everyone equally, everyone in a way that they get equal rights.
Okay, Aisha wants to add.
No one is superior, no one is inferior, everyone is balanced equally.
Okay, Suraj wants to add.
I think that this picture comprises of the whole other pictures, because it not only gives equality to girls but also poor, rich, and every kind of people. It gives equality.
Okay.
Showing us that this balancing unity, peace, and means
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, Ganesh.
the case when all not get justice, when
Excellent.
no one is considered as rich or poor, no one's background, culture, caste, or religion is considered, gender. This is the place where everyone gets the right opportunities, everyone is treated equal, and no one is inferior.
Excellent. Before law, nobody is inferior or superior. If you are a criminal, you are a criminal.
I just have
Yes.
a question. Like we had some superstar who was a part of some crime, and just because he gave money, he's released from jail. So how can you say that justice is practiced now?
I just wanted to ask you a question. You present in the court when all this system happened, because as we all know that India's judiciary system does not work on money.
Yeah, so there are different perspectives to this particular thing. They feel that yes, justice when it is given, there is no discrimination, but yes, she has her opinions which are quite valid. Okay. Can someone share why they've chosen that particular poster? Yes, Wasim.
This does not only tells us about peace of world, and this also tells us about that everyone in the world is equal. And also we cannot tell if these hands are two countries similar. This can be a girl and boy certificates of equality or justice.
What exactly is that equality? Which equality is being depicted? Excellent. Racial equality. What does that mean? Why have you chosen? Why did you connect to that poster?
We would think that this racism was early and this has gotten over, but still this exists in this world.
Yes.
I chose this poster because I think the best that you can describe equality is by giving an equal chance to both boy and a girl. When you see a girl and a boy walking shoulder to shoulder, then you know that there is equality among them. So like past, we have seen in past, girls have been not given so much opportunities.
Next group. Yes, can you explain why you chose?
I can see that there is no distinction on the ground of rich, poor, young, or be it on the background we come from. everyone is getting to taste the same fruit from the same tree, and no one in this picture is superior or inferior, because we can see that there is an old man and there is a young rich poor. It is also talking about girls and boys are not different from each other. Their status is equal in the environment, and be it old, be it rich, everyone has the opportunity to do their things if they want.
Tree is a part of environment, nature. So mother nature, excellent, never discriminates between the people, okay, whether they are rich, poor, old, young, whatever. Okay, this is a message that you get. We have got an idea of what are the different types of equality, and we have discussed quite a few things about each. There is one group activity, okay, for which you are going to split into groups, and you will split according to the color that you had got. Now you have to imagine that you have discovered a planet, okay, you have discovered a planet, but there is no human inhabitation over there. Think of the various laws that you want in your society, but the laws should be such that they should ensure equality.
Tried to speak and everyone
No leader should be there. No, there will be leaders, but not everyone should be there.
Others will listen, they can question them if you feel that law is not going to assure you equality. Okay?
Our first law is that equal opportunities for men and women in voting, jobs and schools.
You all think that the judiciary system, executive council and legislature play a very important role in bringing people equal and giving justice to them. Also, I think some laws such as no hunting, because we must not discriminate between us and animals. We must treat them equally, like we treat each other like our family members.
There should be right of education.
I am going to give you certain conditions, okay, and you are going to listen to those conditions, and if you feel, after discussing in your group, if you feel that you want to change certain laws that you have made, you will make those changes, okay. And if you feel after discussing with your group members, if you feel that there is no need to change any of the laws that you have made, then you are free to not make those changes. The women in your planet face a lot of harassment, they are abused. That is one condition, okay. Second condition is, some people in your planet, okay, those who have come with you, they are very poor, okay, they are very poor. Third condition is, some people are differently abled.
But what action? There will be, I think that we should add a point.
That won't happen. We have a new planet, so we will make sure that it's not that rich people will be left in this world. If they have any crime, the judiciary will give them punishment and they will be looking. I don't think that money, giving money and
Those who made changes, raise your hand. And they really felt that changes are required. Okay, put your hands down. Those who felt changes are not that important. If you felt that, then raise your hand. Okay, this group, what changes have you made? And why? You have to give your reason why.
Classes should be arranged for self-defense for women, as we saw that there was harassments done on women, and for their self-defense they will be in their classes they will be taught karates and other things so that they can fight against the problems they are facing.
So every person that are means who are not differently abled and are enough with, they must help the others. That is the first duty of every such citizen. Also, at one point of time, equity also should be done. That is our thought, because if poor gets 10 rupees and the rich also gets 10 rupees, then it won't be stable. So if it gets 100 and it gets 10, then they would be equal.
Woman should be leader of herself. If she thinks that harassment is going to her, then she can go to police and complain. And that man should not get well or well just because he has money, he is famous in the country, or he is very rich.
But was that not possible in your previous laws that you made? That was very much possible.
But in our previous laws, he didn't mention about the relation, and he didn't focus on mainly on women. We were like all together.
So here what is different? My question is, no. Here what is that different? What is the difference from the previous laws that you made?
He made that there will be a separate law for women.
So my question to you is now, for example, you have, let's say, Society 1 which has a specific set of laws, Society 2 which has a specific set of laws. Which out of these two societies do you think is based on equality? Okay, that is one thing. Which out of these two societies do you think is fair to all? Or do you think this is the same?
When you said to make a law of equality, then we made laws that can same law for girl and boy, same law for disabled and all. But when you told the condition and then we changed to giving special things to girls, and so that makes the fair to all.
Somehow it is inequality.
It is inequality.
Because if we are giving favor to girls, what about the boys?
But why do you think that extra scheme was introduced for girls? Why do you think? Yash, why was that extra scheme introduced? They were abused. Something was happening or taking place because of which some changes were made. Okay. Now he feels that this society was based on equality because for everyone the laws were the same. But now since certain conditions were different, certain sections of the society had some special needs, you made some changes, but it is still fair to each and every one. If you have such a society which is not based on equality but is fair to everyone, what do you call that as? Equity. Okay, so that is based on equity, where you take care that, can you complete my sentence? Yes. You take care that not the same hands.
Everyone should get equal chance and equal things.
That is equality. What do you ensure?
Everyone is reaching at the same
Level.
Excellent. But how they are reaching is
different ways.
excellent. So then, as per their needs, you are giving them what they need, but the place where they are reaching is same. Okay. So now I am going to zoom out a little bit and talk about reservation. Okay. Have you all heard this term?
Yes.
What is your understanding of reservation? Yes. Okay, to book something. If I say reservation in India, especially in educational institutions. So some people feel that this is discrimination and it is not fair to do this. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to form your own opinions and your views. Okay, do you think reservation is promoting a society based on fairness? Okay, or not? For that, I am giving you reading material. I have views for and I have views against, like how you do every time. Then you will find out one argument that really stands out to you, either from for or either from against, and then why did that argument really stood out to you is what you will question your own self. Can we have someone start the debate? Sahil. Just say that I am against for and this topic. I am against the fact that reservation should be there.
Because the SC and ST and OBC people who get the high post, they all start their filling up pocket and also they forgot it India, and and this is known as the corruption of reservation.
Okay, so he says that he is against because you give them seats but they are misusing it. Okay, they are not using it in the correct way. So therefore,
I am for that there should be reservation. There should be reservation, but not on the basis of caste. It should be on the economic.
no.
I am telling there should be a reservation.
There should be, but there should be some changes.
I think reservation should not be done on the basis of the caste. It should be done on the economic factors, and not only economic factors. There should be a percentage limit also given.
So here we are assuming, or rather the government has assumed, that all these backward class people will financially be weak, and that's why they have kind of reserved the seats. But you cannot, is what he says, you cannot assume that. Okay. I don't see thumbs up, thumbs down. Are you all agreeing, disagreeing with what your classmates are saying?
I agree with the people who have said all this, and I agree with that nowadays most of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes that we see and women are getting low means they just take advantage. Like for example, they get low marks in SSC. For example, scholarship, they get low marks like 200 to 2, but they are when their marks is considered, then they are given extra marks so that they come in the merit. That is the rule. But that should not happen. Then that is unfair for the.
Why do you think it's unfair?
Because they are really working hard. They are studying with lots of attention, and then they get 200, but then they are not considered in the merit. Then that's wrong.
Okay, let's consider the conditions under which you are studying and the conditions under which they are studying. Are the conditions same? You have a fan, you have a room to study, you have everything.
At early time when there used to be discrimination based on caste, the people who are doing that caste discrimination did not stood up and tell that discrimination should not be done there. And now they are complaining that today seats are reserved for those people who are from that side. So they should not complain, because as they were treated first, now they will be treated. Fairness is there. Now they should be treated like that same and sympathize how they used to treat early.
Yes, I agree. Why were they discriminated at that point of time? If that wouldn't have been there, this law wouldn't have been made at all. So because of some conditions, this change has been made, like how you made those changes in your society.
Everyone is working hard. So together, people will come together, their mind, their thoughts, their views will come together, and it will benefit to the country itself.
It was very interesting to hear what your opinions were. Okay, we will talk more about this, and maybe we can also elaborate more. You can elaborate in your own books, and we'll read it out. Thank you all for such an interesting class.